Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's time to make some soap. So today, as described by the title of the video, I am using a scent from Brambleberry called Apple Bourbon. I have used Apple Bourbon. I have used this before and I really liked it. It accelerated just a little bit, but when I hand stirred it, it was no problem. And what I'm going to be doing today, hand stirring, will be just fine. It does darken somewhat, but I used it in like some green frosting and there was no discoloration whatsoever, so it must be minimal. So today's inspiration actually comes from a pair of socks my daughter got me for Christmas. And I was going to use it and try to match the colors exactly, but I don't think I'm able. The first is going to be Climb Blue from Nurture Soap. Now, it was a navy blue, so I was going to put some black oxide in it to make a navy blue. I've just decided not to go. I'm just going to use it just as it is, Climb Blue. The next color is going to be an olive green, so I'm using Cabin Fever from Nurture Soap. And then the top color was a dark, almost a rusty orange, and I just don't think I'm able to create that. That's why I decided not to change the color. So I'm using my standard go-to, which is Nurture Vibrance and Orange Vibrance from Nurture Soap, and I am out of the Tangerine Well from Brambleberry that I've always used, but Mad Micah's Brazen Hussy is an exact duplicate. I put just a little bit of the Tangerine Well, the leftover in there. You can't tell. So this Brazen Hussy from Mad Micah's is an exact duplicate. So it'll have those three colors. I'm going to be doing in the pot swirl 3 layers. White will be the accent. And I am going to go ahead and texture these layers and probably put a shiny mica line in using Nurture Soap's Shimmer Gold. So I'm going to do the heat transfer method. So let me get everything mixed up and then I'll be back and we'll get started. Okay, I'm back. So let's go ahead and get our 3 primary colors colored. Starting with the Climb Blue on the bottom. And as usual, when I've done the heat transfer method, I have only I've only hand stirred this, no stick blending at all. Let's see what the temperature is. 84 degrees. It's usually in the low 80s, so that works just right. So I'm going to hand stir in the Climb Blue. That'll be the base layer. And then the next will be the olive green, which is what I'm using, Cabin Fever. Then the top layer will be orange. I'm going to put a generous amount of Orange Vibrance. And just a very small amount of this Brazen Hussy. Will just stabilize it, make it a little more vivid. And let's get these colors set out of the way so nothing happens. We don't have any accidents. And let's work on our bottom layers. So I know the white will be uncolored. Excuse me, I'm really getting my tongue twisted. The white will be unscented. So I can do plenty of stick blending, so I'm going to just stick blend the white straight in. No worries. And then this has not been stick blended at all either, and I am going to do it and just hand stir the fragrance, more than likely. Oh, I didn't measure my fragrance. Oops, oops, oops. Always try to be organized and have everything ready and set out ahead of time, but I sometimes forget, as you all know. All right, let's try this again. Third of our fragrance. Just give it a hand stir and see how it does, which I think it's going to be just fine. Yep, looking good. I'm going to pour the white starting high so it goes to the bottom. Get some on top, some in the middle, varying heights. And let's get it into the mold, which I don't even have set out. So here we go. Yeah, boy, I'm glad I just hand stirred it because it's thickening. But even so, it's still way too thin because I want to texture it, so I will be back when that's ready to texture. I'll probably go ahead and texture it and dust it off camera, so I'll be back when I'm ready to start our next layer. Okay, I'm back for the middle layer. Went ahead and mixed everything up so you don't have to listen to the stick blender going to town. So I'll put a second third into the olive green and give it a good stir. And hand stirring works just fine with this fragrance. And let's get this into the mold. Went ahead and textured it. There is no mica layer because I only have one tea strainer, and I think it's at the church. I need to get another one, so I have one here and one there. But bottom line is, none today. And nice and jiggly. It'll have to sit a few minutes, so I'll be back when we're ready for the top layer. And I am back for the orange layer. I don't have quite as much white. I was really just eyeballing this and missed it just a little bit, but there's enough. No worries. And I might just give it a real quick stir, just like that, just to mix it just a little bit. And let's get this final layer in. And I'll let that sit just a minute. I will squirt it with some rubbing alcohol, let it sit 5 minutes, squirt it again, and that's to prevent soda ash. And I will wrap it up and put it to bed, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the cut. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I'm back, and it's time to cut our soap. This is another one. The pour went beautifully. Even with the fragrance slightly accelerating it, no problem. I am seeing a little bit of darkening in the yellow, or good grief, in the orange, which is getting a little closer to the sort of rusty orange I wanted anyway. So if it stays at this level of darkening, that would be just fine. So I haven't peeked. Let's take a look together. Oh yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. So let's cut some bars and see what we have. And this one's nice and firm, and it's only been 17 hours. It's still slightly warm, but it popped out of the mold, and it's nice and firm. Yeah. Very nice. Just exactly what I was hoping for. Just exactly what I was hoping. And as with is typical with an in the pot swirl, the second log is probably going to look the same or not very, very similar, but go ahead and cut it anyway, since I can cut it quickly with Granny. Yeah, very similar. So here is another one I am just super pleased with. They smell great. Right now I'm really smelling the apple and the apple bourbon. It doesn't smell like, alcohol. It doesn't smell like genuine bourbon. At least based on memory. I don't drink alcohol at all anymore. And haven't for a long time. But I don't notice any alcohol smell, and I don't know if you're supposed to or not. I'm not sure that would particularly smell good in soap. But I am really pleased with this. Just super happy with these. And that is a color thing that I definitely will remember and definitely will do again. So that's what I have this week. And like always, thanks for watching, and y'all stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and be blessed. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.